it's been a few days, maybe even a few weeks. Another kit has just been sitting here. All this on the edges has really cured and hardened up nicely. In fact, that day it did. There wasn't quite enough space here on this panel that I Frenched in for the support of the unit of the kit, right? So I actually had to cut it away, and that little L bracket, the little USB-C, is literally part of this wall now. So if and when I ever have to change this bad boy, it's probably going to be a lot of fun. But it's glued in the perfect spot for the iPad. Put some sealer on the inside lip here as well. One part that I didn't get is this edge on the bottom inside of this ABS. So basically this, but on the inside. I got this on the inside. I didn't get this on the inside. So that's what I got to do right now with a little bit of plastic bonder. This is the stuff that Homeboy uses. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. It's pretty stout stuff. I don't think this is going anywhere anyway, anytime soon. I just want that peace of mind that I did the inside here too. And I just kind of lightly tacked a couple of places on this cable to keep it in place where I want it to be. So it's basically about where I want it, pretty much. The edges of this, where I cut out, aren't perfect, but once I wrap them in the suede material, I don't think that's gonna matter much. You're not gonna notice it. It's basically what I'm trying to say. So let's see if I can get in here with this tip into all the little crevasses that I need to get to. Wish me luck. Get a free mixing tray. Whatever. I don't know why it doesn't come with these tips. It should. I had to order these separate. Good thing they don't cost much. All right, let me get this off my hands. Via the wipes I tried to murder the other day. Let that cure, and then we're gonna start actual body work, I think. Kind of get this project moving along. Should be done by now. I'm quite the slacker, I will admit. Really? Come on, dog. These wipes are ridiculous. Okay, we're back for a minute. We've allowed this stuff to cure all day. Went and took a road trip, did some things. And as you can see, where it meets, where the kit and the ABS meet the dash piece, has been all splackered up. Splickety splackered up. And all along this edge inside here, looks like all the other edges inside and out. So I would say this is pretty well plastic welded on here. Pretty, not plastic weld. Is that what it's called? Plastic weld? Plastic bonded on, plastic bonder. Plastic bondered on, but basically plastic welded. It's welded on, man. It ain't going nowhere. This is solid. This is not, I think this piece would break before you could get these two pieces apart now, is what I'm saying. It's substantial. I'm gonna start the bodywork, and I'm gonna start the filler on the sides. I'm gonna use Bondo glass because that's what I used last time and I had a semi-good experience with it. I'm not the biggest Bondo fan. I think it cures too quickly, and if you let it cure too long, it's like trying to sand a rock. It's really hard to get the shape and texture that you want if you don't pay close attention to what you're doing. That's what I'm gonna do. I probably should knock some of this down and straighten it out first, if I can. I wonder how this stuff sands. It's interesting, it's like two different colors here for some reason. Like this didn't get mixed as much as this stuff or something. 'Tis weird. But yeah, so my plan is just make this kind of as smooth a transition as possible to where it looks like it was always part of this. That's my goal. I'm not gonna really put anything on the bottom right now because I need to sand this. I need to get this perfectly smooth, and then it's just gonna take a sliver because you can't tell, but on camera probably, but there's a little edge just right here. You can actually catch your fingernail on it. That's all I'm gonna fill. The rest of it's like, it's spot on. It's already, you know, flush with where I want it to be. As for these sides though, I need this to kind of come up. I want it to gradually come up and kind of follow this line. And then I want this to just kind of barely fill in. Just like I was, you'll see, you'll see. So, I need something to hold this. Ow! Dang it. Yeah, I may have used this before. Maybe this was the one. Got your cream hardener. You don't have to be so generous with this because unless you want it to harden right away, which I don't. Let's see, short strand reinforced. See if it's the same. I think it's sandable in 15 minutes is what they say. Sand to the bare surface is needed with 3M, 80 grit sandpaper, blah, blah. And we need something to mix it on, right? So I do have that leftover piece of ABS that I could just kind of use, I think, and it's got this protective barrier on it, so I could mix it on here, I think. All right, we're gonna need to mix it. It's been sitting forever, so you can see. I'm just gonna use a screwdriver and mix it. See if I can get that out of there as much as possible. Yum on. That's a lot, actually. That's probably way more than I should be working with. It's probably twice the amount I should be working with right now. Yeah. That means we're gonna have to work lightning fast once we mix up the hardener in it. Well, pretty damn fast anyway, because we don't want this setting up on us. Remember, we got like a 3 to 4 minute window to get it positioned, basically. I'm gonna call it positioned where it needs to go, right? And then, well, from there it's curtains, man. You better have it where you need it. So, here's my mixer. Yay. Cream hardener. I'm saying that's enough. I don't want it to go crazy, you know? Mix it up real good. Whatever it is I can do here. Shit. Just gotta start applying it, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You want to try and get it in the basic shape that you want it, you know, so you can minimize your sanding. And this is proven to be, you know, not the easiest thing for me. Maybe my plan will be to do one side at a time, maybe? I don't know. So far, it seems to be kicking my ass a little bit. All right. get some wipes and trying to clean up this part. So that's about how much time you have to work with it. Not a long time. So yeah. Stupid wipes. You gotta get 50 at a time to get one. Anyway, wipe your tools off if you plan on using them again. Do this quickly so it doesn't stick to it. It's already starting to really bad. Oh, see that? It's just already stuck. It's ridiculous. Too generous with the hardener or you won't get any time to work with it. And start chopping it up. Like chop suey. Mixy, mixy, mixy. Until this surface is gonna frustrate me because it's got the protective layer on there and it's starting to come up and that's awesome. I'm talking about on this ABS, of course. Yep, that's kind of pissed me off. Oily. Okay. Let's see what we can do without dropping my tools. This stuff is not the easiest to work with. You gotta like scoop some up. Okay. I guess the key is just don't try to scoop too much up. And just try and get it where you need it. running out of time with this shit. Fuck these wipes. Come on, bitch.
Fuck you! I'm trying to help you, motherfucker!
Hey, welcome back. It's day, I don't know, 65 of this project probably. Because I'm lazy and not looking forward to all the sanding, fiberglass and sanding and itchy goodness that gets all over everything and makes my garage really dirty. Yay! Yeah, so that's where we're at. We have started the body filler and sanding, and you can see I've got this big dip at the top I gotta do. So I'm gonna be doing that. It's another not very lovely day. It's another reason why I didn't want to do it, because I just washed both of my cars, and I have to park them outside for this because I don't want this dust getting all over them. It's probably not a good thing. And so now they're just getting rained on, which is, yay. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm gonna start working on this because it's gotta get done eventually. I'm kind of embarrassed how long this is actually taking me. So much so that I am actually motivated to start working on it today. So this is what we're gonna do, enough rambling, and we're gonna switch over to time lapse. Enjoy. Ah yes, the joys of sanding and fiberglassing and bondoing and whatever else. I had this all nice and smooth on top here. There was like a canyon here I had to fill in. This is getting quite heavy, by the way. I don't want it to be like 50 pounds, but it's getting there. Anyway, I filled this in all nice, and as you can see, this big mess up right here, I turned it this way because I wanted to kind of get a little bit of fill in for whatever scraps I had left to fill in these little divots as best I could with what I had left, you know, just because it made sense and I still had some left. Well, this started to ooze out because it was thick enough. It was just oozing out all over my vise there. And as a result, we've got this now. So I've got to sand this flat and fill it again, basically. So sand, 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 fill, 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 sand, sand, sand. This is my favorite part. I've been dragging my feet on, but for obvious reasons. This thing is actually quite heavy now. I gotta not add very much more because it's just a little plastic piece. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Well, as you can see, it's painting time. We're painting it. We're not texturing it. I thought about doing that. I thought about how to do that. If you're an expert in this kind of stuff and you're watching this video and you're like, hey, Spiky, how should you texture this? This is how you should texture this. If you're an expert, maybe let me know in the comments, because there's no texture on it right now. I'm okay with that, and I think I'm going to leave it that way. My idea was, I was thinking about doing some Play-Doh, like mashing it on the stock finish, just enough to get that imprint, and then, you know, lightly mashing it on a freshly painted surface, and then like doing another coat over that. I don't know how that would have turned out. Probably wouldn't have. I also thought about doing wrinkle black, just because I like that stuff and I could put it on just about everything. Same with flocking. I just like it. But yeah, it is not perfect. I did not get all the pinholes out of it, but they're mainly on the bottom, so I don't really care. You're not even going to see that. I just mainly wanted the shape there, so if you look at it at a glance, you're like, oh yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be there. And mission accomplished as far as that goes. Now, if you put a microscope under it, you know, or if you put a magnifying glass under there and start looking around, you might find a pinhole or two. But you know what? I don't care. Like I said, you're not going to see it on the day-to-day. So it's not perfect, but it's almost perfect, and that's good enough for me. So I think it's going to look pretty good in there. I'm getting excited. I'm so glad the sanding is over. I could have sanded it and sanded it. You could sand this stuff for weeks, man, if you want to get a perfect finish. I don't. I was over it. It made my whole garage just a total mess, man. I hated it. I don't have a paint booth. This is why I don't do these kinds of things all the time. It makes a damn mess. I mean, it coats everything. You can see I took all my cars and my motorcycle out of here because of it. But yeah, I was dreading this part, and probably why it took me so long to finish this project. And of course, it's still not finished. I got to wait for it to dry. Then I got to clear coat it in satin. I'm gonna put a satin clear coat over it. That way, you know, it doesn't like scratch easily, and where you can totally notice it. I want a more durable finish. So I'm gonna clear coat it. And then we're gonna put it in the car, and then we'll finally be done. So this will probably just be part 3. And then you'll see part 4 when we actually put it in there. That's probably the plan, because I don't foresee me doing it today. I don't foresee me getting it done today, but I got to take my time with this stuff.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And best believe, Lord knows I have been taking my time. But I got to take my time with this stuff to at least achieve better results than impatient Spiky would, if that makes any sense. So Spiky's got to chill. And talking about myself in the third person, he's got to chill and just like make sure he does a good job. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys like it.
No, don't like that.